Joshua.
Andy, the Destroyer Ruiz. From London, England, the former heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua.
La intuición en el camerino. Vamos a la pelea y pegámoslo fuerte.
Plausible. Or as Andy Ruiz, his corner says, round 8.
First 10 seconds, we got a quick little feint and feinting. He's already thrown 4 foot feints. I love it.
Dishing, but he needs to box. Right hand blocked by Joshua. Where they
shaved a lot of that weight off.
Right hand from Joshua, that's obvious, but it has to play itself out in the ring. Ruiz tries a right hand and he eats a right hand, firing off a right hand, and that opens up the chin.
Has to stay disciplined. Solid right hand, and that's what caused the cut of Andy Ruiz.
There in round 1.
Look for Ruiz to throw more right hands to the body.
The right hand in round 7 back at Madison Square Garden. Joshua seems to have some blood now over his left eye.
And that's when you get trapped by Andy Ruiz's faster hands.
Square Garden, Ruiz is a dangerous man. More space to dance and move if you're the boxer. Joshua now, first 3 rounds. Try to see exactly where that cut was. Oh, it's a hard jab from Ruiz. Doubling up. You have it all for Joshua.
Ruiz, he's trying to close the distance with no jab.
He has. And so far he has shown, and that is a beautiful jab. Just take your time. Joshua starts to up the ante. 4 rounds so far to the challenger. Ruiz is always dangerous. Chopping right hand by Ruiz. Ruiz, where he's very, very dangerous. Good jab by Ruiz. Joshua landing with the hook, showing a good repertoire, but he's been
over punches really well, especially with speed and timing. So don't give them the opportunity to time you. They're boxing, they're sticking and moving, they're feinting. They're not letting AJ's jab right here. This is a smart, educated jab that Anthony Joshua's throwing.
Another and a right hand answer by Joshua. Right hand to the body by.
It's just an excellent strategy by AJ.
Anthony Joshua seemingly winning every round in a beautiful in the year. Changed the whole equation back at the Garden. He tries again. He keeps punching.
I love that by Andy Ruiz. Punching.
Look at those jabs, Sergio. Beautiful work by Joshua.
Joshua, at this point of his career, he can be hurt.
In trouble 6 months ago. So he should be, or
into the strategy.
And you saw Ruiz there lunging. Oh, he eats with what's happening now. But he's got to be tempted, Sergio, right? Sergio, I don't mean to speak for you, but it might be one time where he can pop Joshua as he eats an uppercut. But now he wings back. And the right back in the first fight. Right hand by, see the face puffing up on Ruiz to throw something like that. Get in close and trade.
But Joshua shortened it.
Claudia, thank you. Well, that's what we heard, especially in the one-night documentary. Manny Robles had said, hey, we saw a hole in that 6th round, which you might remember looked good for him. And look, that's within his right. It's up to the referee, and that jab landed. It's like that. Joshua fell in love with his own body. This time he didn't wobble.
The answer is yes.
Well, he found a good hook by Joshua. He fought small, though, first time against
the butterfly, moving around, sticking, not wanting to engage. It's very frustrating, not only for Andy Ruiz, but for the fans.
Just there with the right hand. This is what they were saying to Joshua in the corner, but Joshua was just not locked in. Saw Ruiz was able to have success to the body, and that's a hard right hand off the hook by Ruiz. Here's Ruiz, big chance. He swats him.
So you got to protect yourself at all times in those situations, because Ruiz going to take some time.
I am of Mexican descent, and I made a career not fighting in the Mexican style.
Landed, and he blocked the hook. But every time he goes in, gets strafing hook by Ruiz.
Catching Andy Ruiz with big punches and letting him come to him. Back up, keep boxing, keep discipline.
And Joshua not just hitting with a feather duster, he's throwing hard shots. The harder blows have been landed by Joshua as well.
Throw a counter, just excellent strategy. I keep repeating how excellent he's been.
Does not happen here tonight. Round 10, scheduled of course.
Sharp and laser focused, because Ruiz is looking to counter.
Ruiz fighting out of the clinch. Yeah, there's always going to be some criticism, but I don't see how it could be warranted, Chris, to your point. Nice jab. It's not as if he's in there. There's another beautiful jab.
Over a lazy jab of Joshua.
And the real time to get his world championships back. It's another beautiful jab. Look, you can land jabs like that and then be on the move. You don't have to stand.
They fight off the jab extremely well.
Another jab. How do you justify that, Chris, given the early work by Joshua with the jab?
I thought he
has made that nearly impossible tonight for him to sustain round to Anthony Joshua.
You know, there'll be a lot of people
who were criticized for years for doing that, but he hasn't stunk the place out. He's boxed moved out when Ruiz starts winging that hook.
And wisely clinched every time Andy Ruiz got inside.
Ruiz is frustrated, always advancing, but unable to have success. Well, the last 6 months he has devoted himself and is in position.
I thought he landed the more impactful punches in that 9th round.
There's a good right hand by Ruiz. But you know it is always there. The possibility of Ruiz bounces back off that jab. That last CompuBox number we had.
Whoever was wondering, smaller now. Ruiz, the shorter man.
Ruiz opening up the arsenal.
Ruiz is looking at the word that he chose, but right now, Anthony Joshua boxing with confidence, and he's fighting an Emmanuel Stewart type fight without changing trainers.
All right, let's be clear. I suggest this is what you have to do when you go up against an opponent with a granite chin.
11 rounds in so far, he's been doing just that.
He has showed focus. He has showed growth.
Strategy at its best. He's sticking, he's moving, he's boxing, but he got the respect of Ruiz. For Joshua to bend the knees and fight a little bit smaller now.
Andy Ruiz told us, hey, ice trainers. Sergio, I'm going to have to take a point away next time.
You know, while Joshua didn't change chief strategy, Sergio, he did add 2 new voices.
Manny Robles had said he wanted to get inside earlier, and you pointed out able to change after adversity, after embarrassment. And you see Ruiz punching air, but then finding the jaw of Joshua with his right hand. That's the story of the night, the snapping jab from Anthony Joshua. Andy Ruiz shaking his head as he comes out for the final round. Speed, a man 11 pounds lighter than he was in the first. Andy Ruiz, we believe, needs a knockout.
Something that Chavez Sr. and Jr. did. Andy Ruiz may have the faster hands, but he has the slower feet. Was losing every round with Maljo Taylor, and he got clipped towards the end of the fight.
Final 2 minutes of this fight. Hard right hand by Joshua. Ruiz shakes it off. He's going to try to the bell. On his scorecard, virtually all. Yeah, his chance is to say bring it and stay in close. But maybe Joshua wants to come short for Ruiz. Ruiz says, come fight me here. We're a little late for that. And he's trying with the right hand. He's in desperation mode. And I think, Chris, you gave him the 2 rounds you could give him.
And flashes of...
The cut has not been a big factor in this in some form or another, and it has shown up here tonight. Final 30 seconds. Man from Anthony Joshua. That opened things up. He is losing his championship belts here tonight. He continues to chase Joshua. Not going to happen in the final seconds. Joshua continues to dance, and Anthony Joshua with a resounding answer. He takes a prideful stroll around the ring.
After 12 rounds of boxing, all 3 scorecards go to the winner by unanimous decision, the fighting pride of London, England, and once again, the heavyweight champion of the world, AJ Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua.